They'll just talk about putting in the procedure, putting in the policy. They'll talk about making the changes, but nobody's actually trying to make an active effort in making this a part of the school culture. So the article is basically detailing some of the schools that have successfully used collaborative teams to really assist them in learning, assist the students, and how until we actually, like I said, integrate it into the culture, we're not going to be as efficient as we can be until we start, actually collaborating.
This way, everybody goes and gets some focus.
The pages, it's a breakdown. Every page is 2 sentences. So
What's the profound?
Okay. Professional learning community schools said there needs to be a profound cultural shift instead of it just being like implemented through your professors, like getting like the paperwork they tell you about how to incorporate the PLCs into your schools.
Report out to the group what that article is about.
Read it. Achieving and attacking private practice to create a collaborative work. Building environment for teachers. Build the learning capacity of the adults in the school. Create a result-oriented focus for teachers and administrative teams to bring coherence and give student interventions. That's all it said to me.
Yeah, what about DART?
What about DART?
Oh. Diversity assessment, reflection, and technology. You're going to use all those in this.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay. This poster didn't have a title, but everybody in our group assumed that it was about professional learning communities. So we kind of went off of that as our basis of what this poster would be about. So number one, we started with build time for collaboration into the day and the year. We felt that that was more of the teacher working with the faculty and staff. 2, clarify the purpose and products of collaboration. Why are you doing this? Of course, everything that you do, say, with your students and with your faculty has a purpose. 3, clarify procedures and protocols. What do you plan to do? Do your design your plan, make your plan out. And 4, identify specific goals. What are your goals, of course, for the year, the day? What are your goals for the collaboration group? What are your goals for your students and the teachers?
Focused on professional learning communities, and what the article was basically talking about was the fact that these learning communities will have little impact unless they shift towards the school's culture. On this note, there are 3 critical shifts that they need to make. The first shift being fundamental in the purpose from switching from teaching to learning. The second shift being with the work that the teachers are actually doing, and then the next shift would be on the focus of the teachers and the students.
They are there to make sure that students have excellence and they're able to sustain it over time. The 2 goals were really academic success and it was student growth. And the PLC allows teachers to focus more on students rather than actually teaching. And then one of the examples they had was the principals able to interpret the data, identify weaknesses, and then find ways to respond to the weakness. And that was our Brittany, Tyler, Karen, and
Awesome job actually documenting what the article was about, but I want to reflect on some trends that you saw as you moved from station to station. Oh, sorry. Anything you noticed as far as the information or the way it was delivered?
Because you got less and less, because the person who actually read the article gave you a good synopsis of it, but then when the next person had to do it, it kind of, some of it got left out as each time you went around, because the person didn't actually read the article, they were going off what they were told. And I guess it was back to our listening skills and being able to retain and then reinterpret what we heard. And so each time it just got further and further off the article more so. So that's the point where like the hours, it basically got read off. Compared to in the beginning, it was a very in-depth thing on the article. If that makes sense.
Okay. Now I want you to think about that particular trend and your future students. That happens with students all the time. And that's why PLCs are in place to bring that focus and to keep that focus. Because by the time you get it from the facilitator and you take it back to your students, and your students, they may get it, they may not get it the first couple of times. Then when it's time to take the assessment, they're lost. And so now it's reflecting back on you because they didn't pass the test. So I want